Hello, my name is Dale Wilhite. I live in Mountain Village, Colorado. If you want to find out anything about me, you can go to MySpace where I have a page. This here is about what Washington, D.C. needs to do, the White House, Congress, in the event that we are hit with a nuclear strike from within by terrorists. There are a number of things that our government still has not done that they need to do to ensure that we are safe and that our government, if struck by a nuclear weapon, like a suitcase nuclear device, can protect us and have the people to do so. Simply put, Washington, D.C., our government, needs to be kind of split up. Everything seems to be in one small area, D.C. and New York City, and of course Northern Virginia. The Pentagon needs to move out of Virginia. The Pentagon needs to be placed in Wyoming. It needs to be placed in Wyoming in a secure area where there are no towns anywhere close by, where no plane can fly anywhere close to it. There'd be a no-fly zone near the building. It'd be a huge place, of course. The nearest town would probably be like at least 10 miles away, where the people that work for the Pentagon can live, or some may just have to live on the property. They may just have to build something like that on property, although I would strongly suggest that they don't. The whole idea is to make it very difficult for terrorists to ever again strike the Pentagon, with planes or with a nuclear device. It may even have to be 25 miles from the nearest town. And that means when people are going to work at the Pentagon, they will have to go through a gate. And of course, maybe check for explosives and things like that. Then they'll continue that 25 miles on. They may face another gate somewhere along the way. It's well fenced in. It's well protected. So I'll just leave it at that. And if the terrorists do hit us with a nuclear device, that 25-mile range might just be enough to keep them from eliminating the Pentagon. You see, here in America, we have everything in just one location, like Washington, D.C. We've got the Congress there, we've got the President, White House there, we've got the Supreme Court there. This needs to be kind of separated a little bit to make it a little bit more difficult for an attack. Because if I'm a terrorist and I can get a nuclear weapon into a briefcase or a suitcase and make my way into America, the place I'm going to head for is Washington, D.C., not New York City. I want Washington, D.C. I want to wait till the time when I know that the President's in the White House, Congress is meeting, and the Supreme Court's up and maybe going, even though they wouldn't be a high priority. And then that's when I would strike. Now we say, well, we got a shadow government. Yeah, and I think the shadow government is probably over here in Colorado somewhere. I'm not going to say. But we're making it very easy for these terrorists to hit us. And it wouldn't surprise me one day if the president's speaking on television and then all of a sudden everything is blown up. And because you have everybody, in one place. That's where you want. If I'm a terrorist, I want them in one place. I want to know they're there. What better way? And it's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when we are struck. Unfortunately, we still have people in the White House, in Congress, and in this country, especially in the media, who still do not understand what the war on terror is. The war on terror is the fact that Osama bin Laden and his goons, or demon-possessed thugs, want the world to become Islamic. That's what Iran wants. They want to kill all the Jews. They want to wipe out, even if they have to go through World War III to get it. They want to wipe out Christianity, all other religions. They want to establish Islam as the only religion in the world, and they'll kill billions to get it. That's how dedicated they are. We're in the way. We got to be eliminated. And so they're never going to stop trying to use trying to get nuclear weapons into America and then use it. And our government is still so stupid that they're still making it very easy for them to do that. The Pentagon needs to be pulled out and put in a secure area. We need the Supreme Court possibly to be put in a secure area. There is no law that says they have to be in Washington, D.C., Northern Virginia. It's time to get smart, and our government has not yet reached that level. They just don't. I don't think they're ever going to reach that level of being actually intelligent anymore. You can't continue this type of. We can't continue this way. That's all I'm simply trying to say. That we need to begin taking a look at moving the Pentagon out, moving possibly the Supreme Court to a safer location, and we just may have to have do things a little bit different when it comes to the president giving this National State of the Union speech each year, or anything like that, so that we can be safe, because they're going to strike. That's like the media and their stupidity continue to hoover mostly in New York City, and of course you got CNN in Atlanta. When, if I'm a terrorist, I'm going to get as close to the Rockefeller Center as I can get to wipe them out. So if I hit Washington, D.C., if I can hit somebody else, I want to hit the media. Well, I can just blow Rockefeller Center up, and the media is in absolute disarray, and the whole country's going to be in disarray, because there's going to be such a cutoff. You know, CNN might be the only ones up running that. The media itself needs to separate itself a little bit as well, and become less of a target. That's basically all I'm saying, is that there are certain institutions in America that need better protection, and they need to be split up to where the terrorists, if you know, to really be successful, they may have to hit 10 different places, 10 different institutions to be successful. But if you put them all in one place, that makes it much easier for them to do that. That's all I'm simply trying to say. But the first thing that needs to be moved is the Pentagon. And we need to really think about how we can protect these institutions, including the White House, including Congress. They need to be better protected. They're not. Putting up a few bricks and stuff ain't going to stop a nuclear weapon. You've got to begin to separate. Fox, ABC, CBS, NBC need to separate and stop existing close by each other in the same building or wherever. They need to split up a little bit. And if something happens in New York, and they have the top people, might be in Denver, who can go right on the air just like that. And people close by who can make their way into New York City if it's been hit with a nuclear weapon. You see, it's like that. They need that technology, and they need that ability. So if the terrorists strike trying to just wipe the media out so that we're in an absolute state of confusion, not knowing what's just happened, they can help us. But right now, if I'm a terrorist, I want to hit the media. I just got to hit New York City pretty much. Maybe Washington, D.C., but primarily New York City, near Rockefeller Center, or in Rockefeller Center, and CNN in Atlanta. As far as I know, they still exist. As far as I know, the media, ABC, CBS, NBC, still exist in the Rockefeller Center or in that general area. That's all I'm simply saying. They need to separate. And they need to do it soon, because we are going to be struck eventually. Thank you for